hive cluster is under attack.
Live for the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be Stork and Soulkey on Fighting Spirit. It's a ZVP sent to me by RJB. He says it's incredible, so here we go. Top right, it's going to be a Zerg player. He is teal. It is Soulkey. And in the top left, it's a purple Protoss. It is Stork. Two insanely good players going at it today in the ZVP version of Brood War. Maybe not a version. A version. It's just Brood War, right? It's just a matchup. And this is going to be posted on the 29th of December of 2023. So we're almost done with the year. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like 2023 went by very, very fast, but I think that's just a function of getting older, right? Right, so I got pylon walling at the low ground here for Stork. I think it's going to be a hatch first on this 4-player map for Soulkey. Terry the Overlord moving out. What's up, Terry? Did 2023 go as fast for you as it went for me? Yo. Stork won WCG 2007, defeating PJ, winning $15,000. And he won an OSL back in 2008, defeating Fantasy 322. And IEF 2009, defeating Terror. So, he is a legend in his own right. And oh no, here we go. Overpooling it. Very, very good. So, gateway pressure going to happen here. Not as effective as if this was going to be a hatch first play, but that's all right. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal here for Stork. He's like, ah, man. So we'll go ahead and hatch block down here. Is he going to cancel that? Yep. There's the cancel. There's the hatch. So delay, but not delay forever at the cost of 100 minerals. That's going to get burned down by these lings anyway, right? So pylon getting canceled there makes a ton of sense. Zealots? Nah, Zealots here. Lings cruising out. This is not a hard wall. Is a second Zealot getting in here? Is that going to be a hard wall? That's going to be the question, isn't it? And it's not. Okay, so great. The Lings got inside your house. Well, this totally sucks. Probes! Okay, never mind. Lings are in. This is not good for Stork all of a sudden, is it? No! Yeah, you got 5 Lings inside your main at 3 minutes. I mean, you're not a dead Protoss at this point, but it is incredibly annoying. Oh my gosh, more Lings are coming. He's... Stork was like, I am the one who knocks. I am the one who is supposed to be pressuring you with Zealots. Why are you pressuring me with Lings? This is not all right. Dude, Zealot down. Oh. 2 Zealots. God, 1 Zealot. Oh, not even getting hits. Ah! I don't know that I've seen a game where this has been happening here in the first 3 minutes of his EVP in a while, but you know, it's not that weird. Depowering this gateway might just be GG. Probes getting pulled off the line. It is 16-8 workers in favor of Stork. He can definitely afford to lose a couple of these probes and actually be okay. All right, so hold on. Lings hacking away at buildings is not as effective at hacking away at probes or hacking away at Zealots. God, you have to micro your probes in here too. Soulkey just trying to get as much damage as he can. Taking down a pylon is not going to supply block Stork. Not even close. There's still 10 supply remaining here. More Lings keep coming in. But once there's a cannon, I don't know. Soulkey maybe choosing to jump on this cannon with everything he has could be able to burn it down. But he's just... There you go. Another probe gets sniped. He's just trying to get as many probes as he can. This is just I mean, there's finally gas now. It's not getting saturated at all. This is just slowing pressure early on. I don't know about this. This is almost like a strategy that needs to win now rather than something that you can just ride to victory later. I don't feel good about this from Soulkey. I mean, look, yes, Stork hates it. Stork has lost a bunch of workers. He's still up 18 to 12, though. And I think the Zerg player's behind. He's still got dudes. He's still got dudes here, though, man. And there's no gas being taken from Stork whatsoever. All he's got are cannons and zealots to try to deal with this slow Ling stuff, and it's understandable that's the case. Ooh, this zealot has 5 kills. You know, a cost-efficient zealot when dealing with Lings is going to have 4 kills. That's usually very impressive, but 5 is just above and beyond at this stage. That means really good micro. Really good micro from the zealot. Ooh, he almost gets another one. He almost gets another one there. Oh, third base is actually done from Soulkey, too. What the heck, Soulkey? So he goes 3 hatch, no gas. Uh-oh. He's going to run out of Lings here soon. These guys can't get through this. There's 2 cannons backing that. I do like getting the third base. I do. That's massively important. He's really just been droning behind this. He kind of stopped making Lings a couple minutes ago. He's tossing up a macro hatch here with a natural base, too. And gas finally taken by Stork, which the probe scout, they see the cyber core, and he's finally saturating his gas now, Soulkey. At least the one on the main base. There's no gas anywhere else at the moment for him. So this has been something. Definitely a very aggressive opening from Soulkey that he's kind of trying to transition into more of a regular play. Stargate, boom, coming up, 646. It's late, but guess what? When you got 12 slowlings inside your base, sometimes your Stargate timings are late. Because, you know, the Zerg players' timings are super late too, yeah? Hydroden coming in at the front door in case these zealots decide to move out. Because he has nothing right now. He's got what? Got maybe 10 Lings to try to deal with a total of 4 zealots? 5 zealots. That's not going to work. So if those zealots moved out, it would force more Lings out. There's no sunken on the follow-up. Gosh, these Lings don't even have speed. Citadel on the way. +1 air weapons on the way. Hydra speed on the way, which means this is going to be an attempt of Hydra's to put some more pressure on Stork. If these Zealots don't have... Here we go. Here's the move out. If these Zealots don't have speed, they're going to struggle a lot more against the Hydras. But like I said, a Citadel's on the way, so Zealot speed doesn't take too long to get from this point. We're slowly sliding into a bit more of a normal ZVP, more macro-style ZVP that I usually post on the channel. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying the Friday cast. I did say I would post a cast on Friday, every Friday in December, as an extra gift to y'all who support me so well by watching my videos and hitting the like button and subscribing and stuff. I'm trying to get to 70,000 subs. I'm at 64 right now, which is, that feels good to say that. Man, 70 gonna be the goal here for a while yet, I believe. I'm not getting there like tomorrow, but you know, every little sub helps, I always say. So yeah, it's just, you know, December's just a season of giving here. So I'm gonna go back to no Brood War posts on Fridays from starting January 2024. But yeah, December was a good month, huh? Some pretty amazing stuff here. RJB's been just absolutely sending me just fire replay after fire replay. And check him out too, youtube.com/@RJB_TV. All right, man, we got Hydras with speed, we got Hydras with range on the way, we got DTs coming in, and leg enhancements and storm from Stork. This has been great. 48 to 34 workers in favor of Stork. He's really never stopped producing probes during all of that harassment, which is the sign of an elite Protoss player. I mean, elite anybody player, right? You can continue to kind of probe up when you've got a bunch of Lings you're trying to babysit, murder inside your base. DT! The Hydras are like, yes, we're here. And the one DT is like, no, you're not. What are you talking about, stupid? Get on out. And all the Lings are like, run! Overlord speed's on the way. He started that before he knew there were DTs. I mean, he was probably anticipating there were DTs, but was hoping there were not Dark Templar. But here they are, and Storm's coming in. Stork's playing this well, y'all. He's going to have Storm to deal with the Hydras. He had a DT to rebuff their initial attack before Storm was done. This was well planned out by Stork, friends. Soulkey's not in a bad place. Having 3 bases at this stage of the game feels okay. Got a bunch of Lings out. Is he giving the metabolic boost yet? He has to give them speed, doesn't he? This DT's like, I know Overlords are going to be here soon. Get as many swipes as you can. Dude, speed Zealots, though, with +1 attack. Hydras with 0-0, but they're working on that 1-1. There we go. Lings coming in on the flank. Ah, good Storm. Great Storm. Great Storm, but I still don't think there are enough Zealots to do this. No. They did some serious work here, but Soulkey on the push out. More Storm. More Storm. More Storm. Do you want to be behind the wall or in front of the wall? Okay, Hydra sees 3 High Templar and says, so there's at least probably 2 Storms here. And in fact, there are 3. So, trying to bait Storms out. Hey, look, there's some Lings and Hydras. Get them. It's like 2 Lings and a Hydra. Come on, come on. Storm this smaller group. Storm it. But Stork is too disciplined. Too ready for that. Too smart. We have defense for DTs back home, right? Yeah. I mean, it's defense for Corsairs and DTs is pretty much the same thing for what Soulkey's doing here. Hydras and Overlords. Yep, that's going to do against some kind of a DT harassment. This Corsair's got 0 kills. He got that +1 attack for the Corsairs, and I'm just not sure he's got a lot of Corsairs today, of course. Maybe they keep dying to Hydras, as that one just did. Good Storm, good split. Good split here from Soulkey. Excellent. Muy excelente. He's got a Spire coming in as he's getting chased back and back and back and back. The Hydras cannot stand and fight against Zealots and High Templar. They will get smooshed very generally. Stork on the counterattack. He's like, all right, fine. You don't want to stand and fight? I'll go fight you. Then you have to stand and fight. This Zealot group not... Oh, there we go. Not supported by High Templar. Ooh, good snipe on the High Templar. Good snipe on the High Templar. Good snipe on the High Templar. Okay, that was really solid micro out of Soulkey. Stutter stepping in, getting those High Templar. More Zealots swinging up the backside. There are no lurkers here, keep in mind, but a good choke for the Zealots to kind of get stuck in. Meanwhile, Zealots are free inside the main base. A little bit of Soulkey, but there are enough Hydras coming to respond to that. But my gosh, more Zealots coming in, busting through that because the Zealots inside the main base required attention, and then these guys pulled back, and now they're trying to hold the ramp against these guys. But my gosh, 2 kills, 3 kills. These are Hydras we're killing, guys. This is not drones or Lings we're killing. I mean, we are killing Hydralisks with these Zealots. Oh, man. +1 attack Zealots are no joke with that speed upgrade, especially. More Hydras trying to trickle in and deal with this, but I don't know about that, man. This is looking pretty bad. Drones are dying. The natural base is bereft of drones right now. Zealots are like, silly. 2 Hydralisks defending the main base? How about that? Drones evacing. No, drones have to fight. They do kill one of the Zealots who's already previously very injured. This is absolute chaos right now. I don't know if there's enough to hold here from Soulkey. He's down 48 to 36 total workers. Stork's getting a 3rd base behind this. Sniping the Hydralisk then would be good, but I don't know. Looks like we're not going to get that. Drones messing with that targeting AI. And I don't know if Soulkey stabilized. It's looking really tough. A lot of Hydras are dying here, ladies and gentlemen, but I think that's it. I think he's managed to hold Stork's attack. Yep, Stork retreating with the Zealots that he has. Like, if you don't have any lurkers, I'm actually okay with just throwing Zealots into your face, sir. Soulkey's like, yeah, no lurkers for me, just Hydras, thanks. So good. This 3rd base. Oh, these cannons coming up are going to be huge. Yeah, they're going to come up in time before any kind of an attack shows up here. Okay. Well, +2 missile attack is done. Mutalisks in production because despite the fact, he cancel that +1 air. I was going to say, despite the fact that Stork got +1 air attack, he made like maybe 2 Corsairs today. Maybe he canceled +1 air and said, nah, let's just move into Zealots instead. I can't even check that unless we get another Corsair out. It seems likely that he canceled the +1 air. Because there's just no reason to have +1 air for your 2 Corsairs that are dead at 14 minutes anyway. Ooh. Good Ob snipe, but the Ob's got all the intel. Oh, crap. The High Templar outside the wall. Blech. The other two, fall back. Fall back. Sniping an upgrade. A +3 upgrade coming in at 15 minutes here from Stork. Pretty good, considering all of the aggression that he was under early, but oh, snap. Where are your Dragoons? Oh, this is a beautiful Muta transition out of Soulkey. Stork, he saw the Spire. At what point did he not think there might be Mutas coming soon? He's got a round of Dragoons out. And he's making another round of 8 here. Ooh, he is making another Corsair. We can see. We can see if the +1 air attack completed or not. Come on, Corsair. Build more quickly. Build 118 to 101 supply. Stork is up. But he has 0 Corsairs currently. Just kidding. Wait, 1 popped. 1 popped. Here it is. And yeah, he canceled that +1 air. All right. So he's like, maybe it would be nice to have the +1 air attack against this Muta shenaniganry. Muta Hydra from Soulkey. Good Storm. Hydras do very poor dodging there. And storm dodging is just a way of life for everything Zerd. Mutas have to dodge. Hydras have to dodge. Stork placing them very, very well. The 1 Corsair is like, man, I wish I had any kind of an upgrade. That'd be nice, but no. All right, fine. +3 attack on the gateway units. That's going to have to do it for now. Dragoons, +3 attack against Mutas with no Carapace upgrade at all are going to do okay. They're still not intended to kill small units like Mutas, but, I don't know. It's better than nothing, and that's really all that Stork has to deal with these Mutas other than Storms at the moment. All right, he's shoving the Swarm back. Reinforcing Hydras are pushing in. They got +2 attack, but that +3 attack of gateway units is finishing up pretty soon. Oh, it's a great Storm, too. That is such a good Storm as well here. Dragoon from the bottom side's like, hey! Hey! Come get me! And then they do. And they do get him. Stork defending. This has been scraptastic. Archon sniped because Archon's not great against Hydras. Pretty good against Mutas. Oh, Muta flock. Trying to get that 1 High Templar, but losing. Yep, losing all but 2 of the Mutalisks in that group. Hydras trading against Dragoons. Very, very good here, too. Again, Dragoons more intended to deal with big things like siege tanks and Ultralisks. For example, that Forge is working on an upgrade, but that +3 attack is done. 80 to 79 supply here. It's very close overall in supply. Ooh, he added some more Mutas into the group. Still no upgrades on these guys at all. The boys have no upgrades, and there are no forthcoming from them either. It's a very scrappy little Hydra Muta army. Trying to deny mining here at the 3rd base just a little bit. No 3rd base or 4th base from Soulkey. Just happen to be at 3 bases here. I don't know. Again, the long-term decisions here. Well, he did snipe a Forge, denying a +1 armor upgrade, but having +3 already is pretty great for Soulkey. I don't think he's super worried about that. Might have to fire up another Forge at some point, but the problem is there's this Hydra Muta army on his front door. The pre-split here is great. Look at him just kind of containing. Sort of containing with Hydras and Mutas. As we've said, if you're not going up to Queen's Nest and then to Hive, there is a time limit on this strategy. It helps if you have a Mutaflock sniping down the High Templar too. Right? If you're just going Hydras and maybe Lurkers, it's hard to deal with the Protoss the longer the game goes on. But if Mutas are helping, providing a little bit extra DPS here, a little bit extra tankiness, although not much. I don't know if this is working from Soulkey. That High Templar getting sniped is big. Every Hydra at the front here is dead. Unless there's a retreat happening. And yes, there was a retreat happening. Still trying to push. Hydra, Ling, Muta. Soulkey does not want to tech up. He does not want to expand. He wants to win this thing right the heck now. And I don't know, every second we tick past 20 minutes, it's getting tougher and tougher for Soulkey to make this thing happen. We've seen it. We saw it on the channel recently with Soma. Against Mini, I think it was. Hydras are great, man. They are a great unit, but they have a bit of a shelf life if you're not protecting them. And augmenting the Zerg army with things like Plague and Dark Swarm. But I like it. Adding these mutas and picking off the High Templar. Okay, that was a nice engagement from Soulkey. And it's these mutas that are providing this extra little bit of storm denial. And if there's no storm, then sure, Ling deals with gateway units and cannons all the live long day. And by that I mean, okay, you can't do one Hydra to take down like 6 cannons. That's not going to work. But cost for cost, they're going to do just fine. There's a probe transfer into an active war zone. Whoa, and Stork just GG's out right here at 20 minutes. Whoa! He was trying to get probes out of here to the 3rd base, but it was under attack. Stork, what are you doing? Hold on a second. Was he mined out of his bases? Oh, he was. He had such a good probe count. He'd mined out of his 1st base and his 2nd base before the 20-minute mark. And the only place he had income, the only way he had to stand against all of this income by Soulkey was by sending the probes to this base. But this is a Zerg highway. The Zerg control this portion of the map, Stork. And he can't deal. It's not even like a 12 mutaflock or an 11 mutaflock. This is 8 mutas with no upgrades. But it's just enough little extra damage output here. Enough little bit of tanking Dragoon shots. While the Hydras are dealing the damage, he's like, okay, I got this dealt with. But oh no, another swell of Hydras came out of nowhere. It was not safe. And bam, that's a tap out. Holy cannoli. That was incredible. What an absolutely fantastic display of ZVP there from Soulkey. Wow. That was that was good. That was more than good. That was great, in fact. Yeah, so I always say the Hydras have a shelf life against somebody who's got Storm, which Stork did. But these mutas, these little mutalisks, not that they stayed alive forever, not that they got 1,000,000 kills. I'm sure maybe one of these has 3 kills. When I was 4, I lied. So somebody's got 4 kills. But I mean, a couple of them have 0 kills or 1 kill. The average kill is like 1.5 for these mutas. It's not necessarily the kills that they're getting and racking up, but just the damage output, the tanking that they're doing, sniping High Templar, those count for kills for sure. They're easy for the mutas to kill. Not good against these Dragoons or the Zealots, really, but man, just enough storm denial. Just enough. So there were only 73 storms instead of 100 storms in this game that Soulkey was able to bust it out. And the fact that he never went up to a hive, the fact that he had macro hatches that he was running from here, right? The fact that he was able to keep the pressure on Stork, not dealing with major attacks into his bases, which is much harder to defend with mutas. He did defend that one. It was touch and go. He was almost dead, man. That attack when he had Zealots in his main and he had no mining going on at the natural, he was almost a dead Zerg. But he was able to barely hold that off. But yeah, another huge attack with Archons and Dragoons and Zealots pushing him. He was probably going to die. So he switched to the offensive. He got the upgrades he wanted, +2 on the Hydras, no upgrades on the mutas. Incredible micro today, 365 APM at the end of the game. And he gets that win. And that was, my goodness, that was a touch-and-go game for sure. All right, 143,000 points from Soulkey, 152 from Stork. Another situation where the winning player has the higher, or the losing player has the higher score. Outproducing Stork 300 to 200 here. Getting outkilled by Stork by similar numbers. I mean, this is... The outproduce actually is higher than the outkill number, and that's going to be the big deal here. Buildings raised 5-0. Stork killed 0 Zerg buildings today. He kind of went after the Spire and the Hydralisk den a little bit, couldn't quite get it. And then Soulkey did outspend the Protoss by about 4,000, about 3,500 resources in 20 minutes. It's not a ton, but in 20 minutes, it will do. That will do, pig, for sure. So, GG, man. That was, that was good. That was a good ZVP for sure. Zerg get a win this week. And that was awesome. So that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw and what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.